ओके, आई एम जस्ट चेकिंग इफ द वॉइस इज कम्प्लीटली फाइन. आवाज़ क्लियर आ रही है. कितना देर का लगेगा भाई? ओके, आई एम जस्ट चेकिंग इफ द वॉइस इज कम्प्लीटली फाइन. आवाज़ क्लियर आ रही है. ठीक है. ओके, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं. माइक थोड़ा सा ऊपर करने की मैं कोशिश करूँगा. ओके, जस्ट वेट अ सेकेंड. लाइट गई है तो इन्वर्टर थोड़ा सा करेगा प्रॉब्लम, बट विल बिगिन आफ्टरवर्ड्स. हम्म हम्म ठीक है. ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं. देखो, बेसिकली मैं जो अष्टवक्र है ना, अष्टवक्र महागीता, जो अष्टवक्र ने भी एक गीता दी थी और उसको ओशो ने अपने वर्ड्स में डिफाइन किया था, तो हम ओशो वाला वर्जन पढ़ रहे हैं अष्टवक्र महागीता का. मतलब अष्टवक्र गीता एक अपने आप में बुक है जो हिंदी और जो उसके श्लोक वगैरह वहीं संस्कृत में ऐसा है. और जो ये ओशो ने अपने तरीके से अपने प्रवचन के माध्यम से बताया था वो हिंदी में है, बट मैं इंग्लिश वाला वर्जन पढ़ रहा हूँ क्योंकि हिंदी वाला कभी कभी बहुत शुद्ध हो जाता है. राइट. तो लास्ट लाइव में हमने स्टार्ट किया था, पढ़ना स्टार्ट किया था बेसिकली, और अब हम 6 पेज कवर कर चुके थे जिसमें हमने बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन वगैरह समझ लिया था. अष्टवक्र कौन थे, उनसे रिलेटेड कुछ कहानियाँ, बुद्ध से रिलेटेड कुछ कहानियाँ, और कुछ एक दो कहानियाँ और थी. तो वो सारी चीज़ें हमने कवर कर ली है. अब हम ये वॉल्यूम 1 है. अष्टवक्र महागीता का वॉल्यूम 1 है ये. उसका पेज नंबर 7 है. 6 हमने लास्ट लाइव में कवर कर लिए थे. सो जनरल एजेंडा मेरा यही रहेगा कि मैं ये बुक कवर करूँ. तो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, बीच बीच में कहीं पे अगर कुछ इंटरेक्शन हो जाता है तो गुड टू गो, अदरवाइज मैं तो पढ़ ही रहा हूँ. तो ये जनरल आइडिया. You have a seed. When you look at the seed, you can find no indication of the flower that will grow from it. There is not even a clue of what it can be. Will it be a lotus, blossoming in the water but remaining untouched by it, dancing in the rays of the sun? And the sun too may become jealous of its beauty, of its tenderness, of its incomparable glory and grace. Its perfume will fly into the sky. Looking at the seed, this cannot be known जस्ट बाई लुकिंग एट द सीड. यानी कि आप एक बीज को देख रहे हो तो आप इतनी सारी चीज़ें एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो. राइट. कि लोटस बनेगा या कौन सा फ्लावर बनेगा, क्या उससे सारी चीज़ें हैं, तो वो चीज़ें यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन की गई है. यू कैनॉट लाइक दीज थिंग्स कैनॉट बी नोन. लुकिंग एट द सीड वन कैनॉट इवन इमेजिन, cannot even guess, but one day it happens. So ultimately it will become a truth. But just by looking at the seed, these things cannot be presumed. Right. So we can think in two ways. What are the two ways? Either we can hold tight to to the seed and say what is not visible in the seed cannot happen in the lotus either. It is an illusion, it is a trick, it is a lie. This is the standpoint of those who we call rational skeptics. They say what is not visible in the seed cannot be present in the flower. Something is wrong. Hence, a skeptical person cannot believe a Buddha, cannot accept a Mahavir, cannot embrace a Jesus because he says he already knows them. When Jesus came to his village, he was very surprised. The people of the village didn't bother about him at all. Jesus has said a prophet is never respected in his own country. A prophet is never respected in his own country. What is the reason? Why won't the village respects its prophet? The village people have seen him as the son of the carpenter Joseph, saw him carrying wood, saw him planning wood, saw him sawing wood, saw him bud in sweat, saw him playing and fighting in the streets. Bro, yes, bro, welcome to the stream. Well, far, okay, welcome to the stream, far. If you are into spirituality, Osho, then yes, I am covering this book, Ashtavakra Mahagita. If you are interested, drop a like, and also you can subscribe to the channel because in the future, when I'll cover it more, we can interact, we can go ahead together. Okay, so talking about Jesus, yes, it's like हिंदी में वो कहावत नहीं होती है, घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. सो उसी का एक रिफाइंड वर्जन यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं कि जीसस को उनके जो विलेज वाले थे वही उनको रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहे थे। क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने उनको सो कॉल्ड बुरी कंडीशन में देखा था। लाइक he they have seen him planning word, saw him sawing wood, saw him bud in sweat, saw him playing and fighting in the street. The people of the village have known him since childhood, have seen him there as a seed. उन्होंने उनको एक सीड की तरह देखा था. So they are not able to comprehend the fact that he became so knowledgeable and ultimately, like, he has achieved something good in his life. How is it possible that he suddenly becomes the son of the god? Right? So they are not able to comprehend this. They are not able to accept it as a fact that Jesus become the god, Jesus become the son of the god. No, those who saw the seed cannot accept the flower. They say there must be some fraud, some cheating. This man is a hypocrite. Buddha returned to his village, and the father, what the whole world could see, the father could not see. The world was experiencing an illumination. The news was spreading far and wide. People began coming from distant countries. But when Buddha came back to his home after 12 years, his father said, I can still forgive you. Though what you did was wrong, you tormented us, you have certainly done a crime. I have a father's heart, I'll forgive you. The doors are open for you. Throw away this begging bowl, remove these monks' clothes. None of this will do here. Come back, this kingdom is yours. I have become old. Who is going to look after it? Much childishness has gone on. Now stop all this day. Thank you for the appreciation, Chittamal, Chittamalla Madhu. Welcome to the stream, brother. Okay. All right. Now, moving ahead, come back. This, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I'm really sorry. I'm not really good at names, okay? Now, come back. This kingdom is yours. I have become old. Who is going to look after it? Much childishness has gone on. Now, stop all this play. Buddha said, please look at me. The one who left has not returned. Someone else has come. The one who was born in your house has not come back. Someone else is here. The seed has returned as a flower. Look deeply. So that these are the words by Buddha to his father. His father is still looking at him as a seed. They are not able to accept him as a lotus. The whole world, except his father, was able to see him as a knowledgeable person. They are getting, what I can say, the ultimate truth about life. They are talking about nirvana. They are trying to get the nirvana with the help of Buddha. But when he returned to his father, these are the words of his father. His father is still able to see him as a seed only, not as a flower, not as a lotus. Right? So these are the words he said. It's okay. All right. Thank you so much for understanding. And make sure that you are liking the stream and also subscribing to the channel if whatever I'm doing here can add some value to your life. Okay, so then only you can subscribe and then only you can give it a like. Now moving ahead, the father said, you are going to teach me. I've known you since the day you were born. Go and deceive others. Go and lecture other people and delude them. You cannot deceive me. I repeat again, I know you perfectly well. Don't try to teach me. I am willing to forgive you. Buddha said, you say you know me. I didn't even know myself before. Only recently have the rays of light descended and I have come to know myself. Excuse me, but I have to say that the one you saw is not me. Whatever you saw is not me. You saw the outer shell, but did you look inside me? I was born out of you, but you did not create me. I came via you as a traveler comes via a certain route. But what do the traveler and the road have to do with each other? Suppose that tomorrow the road says, I know you. Your being has come from me, just as you are saying. I existed before you. I have on this journey for many lives. I certainly passed through you as I have passed through others. Others too have been my father, others too have been my mother, but my being is completely separate. So Buddha is trying to enlighten his father, but his father is still looking at him as a son, as a seed he saw from the childhood onwards. It is very difficult, extremely difficult. If you saw the seed, you cannot believe the flower is in front of you. One way of looking is that of the distrustful, the rational, the skeptical. They say, we know the seed, so this flower is not possible. We know the mud, how can a lotus come from it? It is all false, a dream, an illusion. He must have fallen into a kind of hypnosis. Someone deceived him, some magic, some spell. This is one way. The other is the way of trust. of the lover, the devotee of the heart filled with empathy. He sees the flower and from the flower begins traveling backwards. He says, when the flower has become so fragrant, when such radiance appears in the flower, when there is such a beauty in the flower, when such fresh innocence is seen in the flower, then certainly it must also have been present in the seed, because it is not possible that what is present in the flower was not already in the seed. This is another way. So these are the two ways. One is not able to accept that a seed can turn into flower. They are looking at it in a skeptical manner. But the other way is, since they are looking at backwards. So if a flower has these all things, so certainly the seed also comprise all those things. So these are the two ways looking at the same thing at the same time. It is not that these stories actually happened. Those who saw flowers bloom in Ashtavakra concluded that what has happened today must have also been present yesterday. It was hidden, screened behind a veil. What is here in the end must have been present at the beginning also. What is seen at the moment of death must also have been present at the moment of birth. Otherwise, how could it arise? Right? So it's all about perspective. There are two different perspectives, and I can say like both of them are right in their own manner, because that's how they perceive the word, right? So one way is to look backwards from the flower. Now you have to decide which one is more appropriate for you. Okay, so one way is to look backwards from the flower, and the other is to look forward from the seed. If you look carefully, their essence is the same, their foundation is the same, but what a difference like between earth and sky. The one who knows the seed says, how can what is not in the seed be in the flower? This is his argument. The one who knows the flower says the same thing. He says, what is the flower? What is in the flower should be in the seed too. They have the same argument, but each has a different way of looking. It's all about perspective. It is a great hindrance. I have been asked in your childhood how many people studied with you in school, in college, but they are not to be seen here. How can they be? It is a great hindrance to them. They cannot believe what they see. It is tremendously difficult for them. Just yesterday, somebody sent me a newspaper from Rajpur. Sri Harisankar Persai has written an article against me. So this is the book written by like it is based on Osho's wording or discourses. So yeah, these are the words of Osho, right? So that's what I am assuming, and that's what this book is all about. Just yesterday, so these are the words. These are the experiences of Osho. This one particularly. Just yesterday, somebody sent me a newspaper from Raipur. Sri Harisankar Prasai has written an article against me. He knows me from my college days. He's the leading Hindi satirical writer. I respect his writing. In the article, he writes, there must be some wrong with the atmosphere of Jabalpur. Here, only swindlers and charlatans are born, like Osho, Mahesh Yogi, and Mudra. So Osho is trying to say there is a guy who knows him from a very old times, but still he is writing something against him, right? So he listened three names. I must thank him at least. I am number one on this list, on his list. Osho being Osho, he's always a sarcastic, right? He considers me his this worthy. He didn't completely push me out of his mind. It is not that he has completely forgotten me, but his difficulty is natural, clear and simple. I can understand his point. It is impossible. He saw the seed. How can he trust the flower? And those who have seen the flower have difficulty trusting in the seed. So the life story of all great men can be written from two angles. Those who are against him begin the journey from his childhood. Those who are for him begin the journey from the end and go backwards to childhood. Both in a way right. But those who start with childhood and move forward the end will miss the truth. Their right approach is suicidal. Those who travel from the end and moves backwards are blessed. They will get much with no effort. Much that those thinking the skeptic's way will not get. Now, not only am I wrong, but because of me, the very air of Jabalpur is wrong. There must be something wrong in the environment, but I want to tell him that Jabalpur has no power over me. Whether the environment is good or bad, I don't have much connection with Jabalpur. I was there for a few years. Mahesh Yogi was also there a few years. He also has no connection. Both of us are connected with another place. The people of that place are so sleepy that even now they don't know anything about us. Mahesh Yogi and my places of birth are very near to each other. Both of us were born near Gadarwada, I guess. He was born in Chichli, I was born in Kuchwada. If the environment is bad, it must be there. Gadarwada should be suffering from it, for it, or receiving the blessing. Jabalpur should not be dragged into this. He's just being sarcastic, Osho, right? But what arguments the mind creates? Whoever hears Ashtavakra's story will immediately, sorry, all right, Chu, what? What are you writing, brother? I'm not getting your point. Dildora Gulmova. Chu, what? Okay, if you are asking what I'm doing here, so I'll tell you that basically what I'm trying to do by. Okay, welcome to the stream, Dildora. If you are trying to ask what I'm doing here, so basically I'm reading the Ashtavakra Mahagita by Osho. Right, we are on the ninth page of it, and yeah, we are understanding about the perspective of Osho. Okay. So whoever hears Ashtavakra's story will immediately cry, false, impossible. Of course, those who wrote this story know that no one ever speaks about from the womb. They are only saying that what finally appears must have been present in the womb. The voice that later blossomed must have been present in some deep place in the womb. Otherwise, from where did it blossom? From where did it come? Do things just come out of the void? Do you like cooking? Thanks, bro. My pleasure, brother. I don't. Okay. Cooking is like a survival skill, so if it comes to my survival, I have to do it. But I personally don't like cooking, as I have seen certain people, they love cooking, no? So that's not the case with me. If it will come to survival, I have to cook. So that's the case with me. All right. So in case if you are into these things, right, spirituality, Osho, and understanding a new perspective from this book, Ashtavakra's Mahagita by Osho, then you can subscribe to the channel. You can like the live stream as well, which will help you. Like, do it only if you think it will add a value in your life. Okay, and yeah, that's the basic idea, and it will give me a little bit of motivation if you guys will subscribe and you'll like. So yeah, that's the basic idea. Whoever hears Ashtavakra's story, okay, that part we already talked. Of course, those who wrote this story know that no one speaks from the womb. They are only saying that what finally appears must have been present in the womb. The voice that later blossomed must have been present in some deep places in the womb. Otherwise, from where it did it blossom? From where did it come? Do things just come out of the void? There is a reason behind everything. We may not be able to see it, but it must have been present. All these stories indicate this. So there is always a reason. Please understand me. What do you what you read? Okay, like so basically, make. I'm not getting a point. Do you want me to explain like what I'm reading over here? And to others people also, if I hope you all are comfortable in Hindi, so I can explain things in Hindi and English both. Okay, so that's a जनरल क्रक्स. इफ़ यू वांट टू आस्क थिंग्स इन हिंदी, अगर हिंदी में भी पूछना चाहते हो तो पूछ सकते हो. ये बुक इंग्लिश में है और लोगों ने क्वेश्चन इंग्लिश में पूछे तो मैंने इंग्लिश में बता दिए. सो दैट्स द बेसिक आइडिया, राइट. तो ओशो की ये जो बुक है, सो बेसिकली दिस इज द बुक रिटन बाय और इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन द डिस्कोर्सेज ऑफ ओशो. सो नाउ दिस पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट अष्टवक्र. Ashtavakra's what I can say birth, which we have covered in the last live stream. So when Ashtavakra was born, he was talking out of the womb of his mother, right? So his father was a scholar and his father was reading Vedas to him while he was inside the womb, and to which Ashtavakra replied something that this is not true, and he was saying something against it. So his father gave him a curse, and because of which his body deformed from 8 places. That's why his name is Ashtavakra. Ashta means 8. Ashta is a word from Sanskrit जिसका मतलब होता है that means 8. So deformities from 8 parts of his body. So that's why he's named Ashtavakra. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's the story the Osho is trying to talk about, right? So he's saying that don't completely trust on the stories, try to get the meaning out of it, right? So he's like whatever happens, there is a reason behind it. There is a reason behind everything. We may not be able to see it, but it must have been present. All these stories indicate it. So yeah, that's what he's trying to say. The second incident known about Ashtavakra happened when he was 12 years old. So the first one I already explained it. Because of his father's curse, his body got deformed from 8 places. That's why he's named Ashtavakra. Only these two incidents are known. So the first one before his birth, and the second one when he was 12 years old. Only these two incidents are known. The third is his Ashtavakra Gita, or as some call it, the Ashtavakra Samhita. When Ashtavakra was 12 years old, Janak hosted a huge debating conference. Janak was an emperor, and he invited the Pandits of the whole country to debate on the scriptures. He had 1000 cows placed at the palace gate and had the horns of the cow plated with gold and decorated with jewels, jewelry basically, jewels. He proclaimed, whoever is victorious shall take possession of these cows. It was a great debate. Ashtavakra's father also participated. As dusk was falling, the message came to Ashtavakra that his father was losing. He had already defeated all the others, but he was about to be defeated by a Pandit named Vandin. Vandin, if I'm pronouncing it right. Vandin. Receiving this message, Ashtavakra went to the palace. The hall was decorated. The debate was in his final stage, and the decisive moment was fast approaching. His father's defeat was a complete foregone conclusion. He was on the very edge of defeat. The Pandits saw Ashtavakra as he entered the royal court. They were all learned scholars. His body was bent and deformed in 8 places, right? The one that I talked about earlier. That's why he's named Ashtavakra. His body is deformed from 8 places, 8 different parts in his body, right? Uh, Bye, I go to sleep. Okay, have a great night ahead. Alright, you can subscribe to the channel, you can like, so that in future whenever I'll do it once again, you can join again. Okay, thank you for all the participation, and have a great night ahead, brother. Lura, okay. Alright. He had just to move and anyone would start laughing. His very moment was a laughing matter. The whole meeting broke into laughter. Ashtavakra also roared with laughter. Janak asked, everyone else is laughing. I can understand why they laugh. But why did you laugh, my son? Ashtavakra said, I am laughing because truth is being decided in this conference of butchers. The man must have been extraordinary. What are all these skinners doing here? A deep silence fell over the meeting. Butchers, skinners. The king asked, what do you mean? Ashtavakra said, it is simple and straightforward. They only see skin. So what happened? He entered the court, and everybody, just by looking at him, because he was deformed from 8 different places of his body, so everybody started laughing. So he also started laughing along with them. They were laughing at Ashtavakra, and Ashtavakra is laughing back at them. And once the, what I can say, king asked why you are laughing, so he started giving the justification that they all are butchers, skinners. So after hearing these words coming out of Ashtavakra's mouth, the whole, what I can say, all the people just became silent. And let's say what Ashtavakra said next. Okay, bro, bye. Thank you very to read my message. It was my pleasure, brother. Have a great night ahead. A deep silence fell over the meeting. Butchers, skinners. The king asked, what do you mean? Ashtavakra said, it is a simple and straightforward. They only see skin. They were basically judging him on the basis of his looks, right? So that's what he was also addressing. They only see skin. They don't see me. It is difficult to find a man more pure and simple than me. But they don't see this. They see a bent and deformed body. They are skinners. They judge by the skin. Your Majesty, this is something that Ashtavakra is saying to the king. That's why. Your Majesty, in the curve of a temple is the sky curved. When a pot is smashed, is the sky smashed? The sky is beyond change. My body is twisted, but I am not. Look at the one within. You can't find anything more straight and pure. So he's saying that don't judge me on the basis of how I look. He's giving the justification behind it. He's saying that I am more straight and pure. So he's talking that he's basically giving justification that I talk sense, I have logic behind whatever I'm doing. All right, Dildora, have fun. Let me check if. Okay, great. That day, okay, it was a very startling declaration. There must have been pin drop silence. Janak was impressed, astounded, absolutely right. Why had he gathered a crowd of skinners there? He became repentant. He felt guilty that he too had laughed. That day, the king couldn't message to say anything, but the following day, when he was out on his morning ride, he saw Ashtavakra on the way. Janak dismounted from his horse and fell at his feet. The day before, in front of everyone, he couldn't find the courage. The day before, he had said, "Why do you laugh, my son?" Ashtavakra was a boy of 12 years, and Janak had considered his age. This day, he didn't notice the age. This day he got down from his horse and fell at Ashtavakra's feet, spread eagled in prostration. He said, "Please visit the palace and satisfy my eagerness for the truth." So basically, Janak is trying to get the knowledge out of Ashtavakra. He wants to know about truths related to life. "O Lord, be so gracious as to come to my house. I have understood. I couldn't sleep the whole night. You spoke truly. What depth of understanding have those who recognize only the body? They are debating the being. The but attraction and repulsion for the body still arise. Hate and attraction still arise. They are looking at death while taking while talking of the deathless. I am blessed that you came and disturbed me, that you broke my sleep. Please come to the palace." Janak had the place decorated magnificently. He welcomed Ashtavakra and seated him on a golden throne. This 12 years old Ashtavakra. Then he put his question to him. The first sutra is Janak's inquiry. Janak asked and Ashtavakra explained. Beyond this, nothing is known about Ashtavakra. And there is no need to know more. It is more than enough. Diamonds are not many. Only pebbles and rocks are so common. A single diamond is enough. There are two small incidents. One before birth, a voice from the womb with the proclamation, "What madness have you fallen into? Confused by scriptures, by words, wake up. This is not wisdom. This is all borrowed. It is all snares of the mind, not experience. There isn't the slightest bit of reality in it. How long are you going to delude yourself?" And second incident, the pundits in the palace laughing and Ashtavakras saying that in life there are two visions. One is to see being and the other is to see skin. Butchers see skin, the wise see being. तो बुचर्स जो होते हैं वो स्किन को देखते हैं और जो बुद्धिमान लोग होते हैं वो जो एक्चुअल में नॉलेज है किसी पर्सन के पास उसको देखते हैं. सो या दैट्स दैट. Have you noticed a shoemaker doesn't look at your face? He sees only your shoes. Actually, a shoemaker can know everything about you just by looking at your shoes. How your economic situation is, if you are successful or a failure, how your luck is, the condition of the shoes tells him. Your autobiography is written on your shoes. The shoemaker can read it. If the shoes are shiny, if the shoes are clean and new, the shoemaker is happy to meet you. For him, your shoes are the proof of your being. A tailor looks at clothes. Seeing how you dress, he understands your situation. All have their own narrow vision. This is very very important. So हर कोई जब आपको देखता है तो उनका जो विज़न है, जो उनका पर्सपेक्टिव है, जितनी उनकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है लाइफ के अकॉर्डिंग, वो उसी के बेसिस पे आपको जज करते हैं, राइट? जैसे एक शू मेकर है, वो सिर्फ आपके शू के बेसिस पे आपकी पूरी पर्सनैलिटी जज कर देगा. एक टेलर है, वो आपके कपड़ों के बेसिस पे आपकी पूरी पर्सनैलिटी जज कर देगा. कितना उसमें सच है कितना नहीं है, दैट इज़ अ सेकेंडरी थिंग, बट दैट्स हाउ द पीपल जनरली वर्क्स. They just look at you, and based on their narrow vision they judge you. It, like, that is the truth for them, right? And most of the time, no matter how justification you give them, they will only stick to their perspective, their vision. वो सिर्फ अपने ही perspective, अपने ही vision पे ही stick करेंगे, आप चाहे उनको कितना ही सेंस या कितनी सारी चीज़ें बता दो, राइट? तो वही यहाँ पे बताना चाह रहे हैं कि ओनली वन फुल ऑफ हिज ओन बीइंग सीज बीइंग, यानी कि जो खुद से नॉलेजेबल है, जिसके जो खुद अंदर से भरा हुआ है, वही किसी दूसरे को जो अंदर से भरा हुआ है उसको पहचान सकता है, इज व्हाट दी Osho is trying to say. He has no fixed vision. He has only seeing darshan. One more small incident. It is not about Ashtavakra but about Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. But Ashtavakra is involved in it. After this, we will enter the sutras. When Vivekananda came to Ramakrishna, his name was still Narendranath. Later on, Ramakrishna named him Vivekananda. When he came to Ramakrishna, he was extremely argumentative. He was arguing about everything, he's questioning everything and all those things, right? He was an atheist, a rationalist, he wanted proof for everything. Basically, जैसे हम rebel होते हैं ना अपनी teenage में, so he was something like that. He was not Vivekananda now, he's still Narendranath when he came to Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is the, what I can say, somewhat like a guru to Vivekananda, and he only gave him the name Vivekananda. Before he was named as Narendranath. When he came to Ramakrishna, he was extremely argumentative, an atheist, a rationalist. He wanted proof for everything. There are some things that have no proof. It cannot be helped. There is no proof of godliness. It is, and yet there is no proof. There is no proof of for love. It is, and yet there is no proof. There is no proof for beauty. It is, and yet there is no proof. If I say, look how beautiful these ironwood trees are, and you say, I don't see any beauty. So there is this saying, right? Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. So that's another way of looking at this framing by Osho. If I say, look how beautiful these ironwood trees are, and you say, I don't see any beauty, trees are just trees. Prove it. It will be difficult. How can one prove they are beautiful? To be beautiful, you need a sense of beauty. There is no other way. You need eyes. There is no other ways. It is reported that Majnu said, to know Laila, you will need the eyes of Majnu. It is true. To see Laila, there is no other way, right? So basically, for Majnu, Laila was his whole world. She was the prettiest girl in the world. So to look at the Lala, you need to have the eyes of Majnu. It is true, to see Lala there is no other way. The king of this area called Majnu and said, so the king of his area, Majnu's area, called Majnu and said, you are mad. I know you're Lala, an ordinary girl, jet black, nothing special. I feel sorry for you. So here are 12 girls from my palace. They are the more they are the most beautiful women of the country. You can choose anyone you like. Seeing you cry, my heart also cries. So this is the suggestion given by the king, right? Majnu looked at them and said, there is no Lala among them. This is really, really, what I can say, deep. So Majnu's eyes were only looking out for Lela. No matter like how beautiful the other girls were, to Majnu they were nothing, right? So there is no Lela among them. That's what Majnu replied. They cannot even be compared to Lela. They are not even worth the dust of her feet. पाँव की धूल के बराबर भी नहीं है. That's what he said. The king said, Majnu, you are mad. Majnu said, that may be so, but I must tell you one thing. To see Lela, you will need the eyes of Majnu. Majnu is right. To see the beauty of trees, you need an eye for art. There is no other proof. If one wants to know love, one will need the heart of a lover. There is no other proof. And godliness is the collective name of all the beauty, all the love, and all the truth of this universe. For it, an unwavering consciousness is needed, a witnessing is needed, where no word remains, no thought remains, no wave arises, where no mental dust remains, and the mirror of consciousness is perfectly pure. What proof? Vivekananda told Ramakrishna, I want proof. If God exists, then prove it. तो विवेकानंद ने रामकृष्ण से पूछा कि अगर भगवान है तो प्रूफ दो. लेट्स सी व्हाट रामकृष्ण रिप्लाई टू हिम. Ramakrishna looked at Vivekananda. This youth had great promise, great potential. Much was ready to happen within him. There was a great treasure with which Vivekananda was unacquainted. Ramakrishna peered into the past lives of this youth. Vivekananda had come carrying a great treasure of integrity, but it was suppressed under his logic. Seeing this, a cry of anguish and compassion must have risen from Ramakrishna's heart. He said, "Forget all this. We'll talk about proof and such things later on. I have become a little old. I have difficulty reading. You're young. Your eyes are still strong. Read from the book lying there." It was Ashtavakra Gita. Read a little out loud to me. So when Vivekananda asked, give a proof about God, so Ramakrishna, he diverged the topic and he said, there is this book, read it out. Since I'm old and I'm not able to read it properly, you read it out aloud so that I can also hear and you can also read it. Right. So the intention was to give the answer to Vivekananda's question, but in a more logical way, right? In a more understanding way. So that was there in the Ashtavakra Gita, right? It is said that Vivekananda saw nothing wrong in this. This fellow was not requesting anything special. He read three or four sutras and every cell began trembling. He started to panic and he said, I cannot read on. So just by reading three to four sutras, Vivekananda started feeling trembling, right? He was trembling and he started to panic and he said, I cannot read on. Ramakrishna insisted, go ahead and read. What harm can there be in it? How can this book hurt you? You're young, your eyes are still fresh, and I'm old. It is hard for me to read. I must hear this book. Read it out to me. But Ramakrishna still insisted, right? It is said that Vivekananda kept on reading aloud from the book and disappeared in meditation. Ramakrishna had seen great potential in this youth, a very promising potential like that of a bodhisattva who one day or another is destined to become a Buddha. Sooner or later, no matter how much he wonders, he is approaching Buddhahood. Why did Ramakrishna ask that he read the Ashtavakra Gita out loud to him? Because there is no purest statement of truth. So that's the crux of Ashtavakra Gita for you all. Ashtavakra Gita is all about the ultimate truth, the purest form of truth. If these words penetrate you they will start awakening your sleeping soul. These words will thrill you. Will thrill you. These words will fill you with ecstasy. These words will shock you. With these words, the revolution can take place. I have not chosen the Ashtavakra Gita just like that, nor could I have chosen it earlier. I have chosen it after a long wait, after much consideration. There was a time when I talked on Krishna's Gita because there was a crowd around me. For a crowd, the Ashtavakra Gita has no meaning. With great effort, I have got rid of the crowd. Now there are a few Vivekanandas here. Now, now I want to talk to those who have great potential. I'll work with those few on whom work can bring result. Now I will cut diamonds. This chisel is not to be destroyed on pebbles and stones. This why I have chosen the Ashtavakra Gita. I chosen it because you are ready. The first sutra. So here comes the first sutra. Now from here onwards we'll start in the next live stream, right? So yes, everyone who is here, make sure that you're liking the live stream, you're subscribing to the channel. We'll continue our journey of reading this uh, Ashtavakra Mahagita by Osho, and we'll continue from the first sutra, that is from page, like the ending of the page 12 onwards. All right. So in case if you love the content, if you think it will add some value to your life, because this is what I'm going to, you know, do in the future live stream as well. I'm going to cover this book completely. This is the volume 1 and we'll cover the later parts as well. All right. So please like and subscribe if you feel like it is going to add any value in your life. And thank you so much for being here. We'll meet next time. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you so much, universe. Thank you so much, Radhananji. Have fun. Peace out.